Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. There's a few things in this world that your boy is obsessed with. One, martial arts. Two, alcohol. Three, bears. Bears. I have bear underwear on. I have Sir Beauregard in the background. But today we have something more important, and that is the deadliest bears in the world. So, without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get into the video.
How much
Crazy.
danger do you think
Look
you'd
at
be in
that.
if this bear attacked
That
you?
behemoth.
Based on that video, you might not think you'd stand a chance.
Probably not.
But luckily,
I give it the old college try though. I ain't going down, you know. I ain't going down on my knees.
there are ways to survive these terrifying beasts. Today, we're
Look
ranking
at
some of the
that.
deadliest bears on Earth.
I wonder how detailed it's gonna be. Very curious because I did the one. If you guys don't know, I did a video just like this one. So if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. This one, we're talking about the bears, the best animal in the world.
Each bear will fall into one of the following categories: might leave a scratch,
Okay, might leave a scratch, threatening when angry, packed bear spray.
threatening
Oh, I hope you packed
when
bear spray.
angry. I hope you packed bear spray.
Dangerous and menacing.
Dangerous and menacing. And finally,
Say your
say your
prayers, baby.
prayers.
Okay,
We'll also let you know how to
good list.
survive if you're attacked by one. That is, if survival is an option.
Fair.
And be warned, some of these bears look
I don't know if you guys seen the movie Revenant, but that bear scene with the grizzly bear in that movie was crazy.
less dangerous than their kill count suggests.
So good.
More on that later.
I need to see if I have that movie. I think I do. I got a big old thing of movies I'm looking at right now. I don't know if I have it though.
Let's start things off with the cute and cuddly giant panda bear. Usually standing between 1.5 to 2 meters tall and weighing between 70 to 120 kilograms,
True.
the white and black giant panda bear is known for eating bamboo, up to 38 kilos of it every day. Pandas are
That's
only found
crazy.
in China, specifically in areas with dense forests and mountains. And they're hungry. These guys eat for about 16 hours per day. The good news
16
is they're mainly
hours
herbivores,
a day?
so they're not going out of their way to eat you.
That's crazy.
Still, the giant panda bear will
16 hours is I can't get over that. That's nuts. Dude, if I ate 16 hours a day, bro, forget it. I'm dead. There's no way. My body can't support that.
be going into the might leave a scratch tier. As we mentioned earlier, they're plant eaters, and they love chomping on fresh bamboo, which is a tree. So obviously, their jaws are strong and could
True.
easily snap our bones. The
Facts.
giant panda has a bite force of 1,300
I think there was a story that I saw of there was like this zoo where like people keep falling in because they come into the zoo drunk or something like that and they fall into the enclosure. And I believe one of them was a panda enclosure and the panda attacked him and his legs were fucked.
newtons. That kind of jaw power ranks them just behind lions, tigers, grizzlies, and polar bears.
Crazy.
Aside from their powerful bite, they've got incredibly sharp claws, capable of inflicting some serious flesh wounds. Thankfully, these guys are only likely to attack if they feel threatened by you. And odds are, the attack would lead to some serious but non-fatal injuries. Between
Well, that depends. Like fatal is really depending on where they injure you because like humans like we're glass cannons, right? We've come up with ways to deal insanely massive damage, but our bodies ourselves, they're not meant to withstand certain attacks at all. So because of how powerful these animals are and the absolute amount of damage they could do to you, there's just no like guarantee that you're gonna make it out of that at all. Like you're honestly like more probable to probably die from it especially if you're a hiker and you get attacked in the woods, the chances of you getting rescued by the time that you bleed out from a gash dealt to you by a bear is like slim to none.
2006 and 2009, there were 3 panda attacks at the Beijing Zoo. All 3 of the victims survived, but each of them had severe bites to their legs.
Uh, what is with that? Because that was the one, like the example that I gave earlier, that's the exact same way. The panda attacked the legs. What is it with the legs, bro?
One needed help from a zookeeper to pry open the bear's jaws so it'd let go. Ouch.
I'm not surprised.
Here at How to Survive, we're all about survival, even when it comes to everyday tasks. AI, Copilot, start by telling an audience a script, human-sounding language. Would you want 30 videos a week? Recommend getting the pay-free stock footage subscription to get twice the number. Moving on to a brighter note, let's focus on the sun bear. Also known as the Malayan sun bear, these little guys are found in tropical forests of Southeast Asia. I say little because, compared to the other bears on our list, the sun bear is pretty small. They typically weigh anywhere from 27 to 79 kilograms and stand at a height of around 1.5 meters on their hind legs. But don't get fooled by their size or their sunny disposition. These bears are one of the most vicious species on our list.
Yeah, they're still bears at the end of the day, right? But they're fucking adorable.
Their coat is black in color, but include a distinctive brown collar below their.
Why they got the exact same head as a pit bull, though? Like, this is where the meme, uh, this is where the meme comes. It says, like, if not friend, then why built like friend? Yeah, this is it.
neck. Sometimes referred to as the honey
It's
bear.
like the poster
like
child
Winnie
of
the
that
Pooh,
shit.
these things
Those claws were crazy, though.
neck. Sometimes referred to as the honey
Look at that. Oh my fucking god. Dude. That's gnarly, dude.
bear. Like Winnie the Pooh, these things love honey.
Did you know you can't type Winnie the Pooh in chat in Marvel Rivals? That's fucking weird, man.
They'll also eat insects and any fruit they can find. And if they feel threatened, they're known to attack anything that stands in their way.
Dude, their fucking
There were
claws are
33
crazy.
sun bear related deaths between 2000 and 2010 in
Oh my
India's
God.
northeast state of Mizoram alone. Most of them were villagers and farmers who came too close to the sunny beast's natural habitat. And because of that, the sun
That's usually how these attacks happen. Before we get his rating, yeah, that's pretty much how these attacks work with a lot of bears. That you're just venturing in places that you really shouldn't be going.
bear is going into the high risk category.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't think that he would put the sun bear up here. I thought it would be threatening when angry. Or might leave a scratch because it doesn't seem like they interact with people a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Maybe threatening when angry is probably where I would put it.
Hope you packed bear spray. Now for our North American viewers, this one's for you. The American black bear, or
Yes.
just the black bear. Living in the forests and mountains of Canada,
These things are everywhere, dude. I've been to bear country a few times. Um, and the size that these fuckers can get to is insane. Annoying part is right. I think it's like one of the most misidentified bears in the US because black bears, they're not just black furred bears. They can also be brown, they can also be blonde even. Um so yeah, I do feel like this bear gets confused a lot for a bear it's not even associated with. So, yeah, something to keep in mind whenever you're out and about, and if you do somehow run into one of these, your best bet is to base what your decision should be, what your decision should be based off of its behavior rather than its fur type, because it's not a perfect indicator whatsoever.
the United States, and Mexico, weighing between 90 and 170 kilograms and standing 1.8 meters tall, the black bear can be incredibly dangerous. Like most bears, they've got sharp claws and large teeth and are incredibly strong. They can also
True.
climb trees and can swim pretty quickly. But the black bear isn't really looking for a fight. In
No.
fact, black bears are known to do what's called a bluff charge. This is how they test you. If you think a black bear is about to bluff charge you, try to make yourself as big as you can. Wave your
Yep.
arms, stand up on a rock if you can, grab a branch, but most importantly, stand your ground and remain calm. Back away! Not today, bear, not today!
Yeah, as somebody who works very closely with wild animals, none of them are bears, to be fair. However, um, situations where you do have to essentially be the bear in the situation. If I were to put like any sort of like idea to it as a proper image for you to think of yourself, it would be that. It would you have to literally be the bear of the situation. Because there's like a situation where I was working and this is why I have my dog with me most of the time, and it's because that she's way more aware than I am. Because when I'm working on shit, I'm not paying attention. I got shit to do. I don't, what the fuck? What the fuck do I care? So the reason I bring her is because she don't have work to do. So her thing is constantly looking around. I'll say watch. She goes into like a kind of like a sentry style fucking position where she just kind of she's looking around, she's surveying, and then her only job is to let me know if there's something behind my back that I don't see. And there was one time when um there was a lot of rustling going on. I was fucking nervous, started looking around. A big ass fucking herd of bighorn sheep were coming down and they were bold. I mean bold. Um, there's certain things you need to look for when any sort of like herbivore is in your presence, and that is um, whether they are trying to just do a display for intimidation or uh, if they think you're the threat and they're about to fucking fuck you up. Okay, you got to know the difference, all right? Because some of them they just posture, but deep down they're not trying to fucking they're not trying to throw hands. They're just like, oh shit, I didn't know you were about it. Sorry, I'm gonna keep moving. Bighorn sheep can be quite bold. Um, you'll see on my TikTok, I actually posted a video that which is how I know that people are ignorant about animals. I posted a video of these people getting way too close to some bighorn sheep, which admittedly the bighorn sheep are very chill because they're used to people and they hang out in the more commercial side of where I work. So they're pretty used to people coming fairly close to them, but that doesn't mean that never is a possibility. So I was criticizing them people for getting too goddamn close. We have cell phones that zoom in. Stay the fuck away. All right. And yeah, I got a little bit of backlash for that one. But the point is that if that sheep got up and it rammed you, that's all your ribs broken. Your ribs are broken, organs bleeding out now. You're dead. That's it. Because you're not going to stop that fucking thing. All right. It's one thing to stop a goat, it's another thing to fucking tussle with a sheep. But bighorn sheep are not the ones. Those fucking horns hurt. They suck. I know. I've been hit by one. It sucks. Um, so that's when like okay, in that situation when they came around, my only option, which they weren't even the reason they were posturing and threatening wasn't even because of me, it was because of my dog. Because they look at the dog as a predator. Because the humans around them that they see every day on a day in and day out basis, they they could care less because the humans leave them alone. They get a little close sometimes probably, but that's about the worst of it, right? But I'm sure there's probably been a few times where, people have had their dogs and the dog got away from them or something like that. because generally speaking, you're supposed to keep your dogs on a leash in the park. You can't get a ticket for that. There are some people, mainly staff, that do not because our dogs are highly trained. Well, some of us are. The ones who don't, I mean, we got a couple people with like German Shepherds and Dobermans and stuff like that that have not been trained, so they always keep their dogs on a leash properly. But for the ones of us who do highly train our dogs, we generally keep them off leash, and yeah, so that's something to keep in mind when you're out and about is that you might not cause a reaction, but if you have your animal with you, they could rise a reaction and it can get you trampled, it can get you hurt. All right. Especially because like the biggest animal in that park uh is the bison for sure. Elk can get fucking pretty big, but the chances of you even running into one of those is like slim to none because they go from end to end. They don't stop to save their life. That's just how they are. They're roaming. They're a roaming breed. I mean, the bison do too, but the bison they'll stop in a place and they'll hang out for fucking 8, 10 hours and then they'll move on. The elk they don't. They just keep going. Meow. So sorry for that little bit of ramble, but we're gonna get back to it.
If you run,
I
you
just like talking about this shit.
significantly
I'm
increase your
passionate about
odds
it.
of being attacked. Black bears tend to
I can
avoid
relate.
fights unless they feel their cubs' lives are at stake.
True.
They may not be predatory like some of the other bears on our list, but if you manage to irritate one of them, especially a
Playing with his life, bro. Playing with his life. You upset this little cub right here, which is what this guy is about to touch on. If you upset little mama on the other side there, the little mama over here, she gonna fucking rip your face off.
mama bear, I'd get that bear spray ready. And if
See?
you don't have any, try to scare the bear off by yelling and throwing things at it.
Oh my god, I
Aim
remember
for the
this
face if
video.
you can.
So this is the situation, right? This is a situation where I also tell people if you are out and about, you're climbing, you're hiking, you're whatever, have a fucking gun with you, please. Don't go anywhere without anything. Have something. You need something to protect yourself, okay? Preferably a gun. Because if you're carrying like a knife or a fucking an axe or whatever the fuck you got with you to protect you, a fucking samurai sword for all I care, um, that's a weapon that if you have to defend yourself, you deal harm to the animal, which is why I prefer you carry a gun. Because simply the loud bang that the gun gives off is more than enough to scare away 99.99999% of animals that would otherwise threaten your life. Okay? It works on everything. Okay, literally works on everything. Um so yeah, you got to know one, the environment that you're going to be in, what kind of animals are there, what should I be prepared to deal with. There's a video in the last one that was quite a viral video of this mama cat that was trying to defend her young and she was on this man's ass. Um, this a similar situation. Uh, Essentially what I said was you pop a couple shots off, it makes that cat not leave you alone. Because at the end of the day, that cat's still going to defend her young, but she will give you more distance and she won't be so aggressive as to get up to you, right? So he can continue to not not turn his back and keep kind of sidestepping and kind of walking away slowly, just kind of maintaining that distance. And if that cat tried to close in a little too far, bang bang, the cat runs back a little bit. Okay, you got to keep some space. It works. It's very effective, and it doesn't harm the animal, and it doesn't harm you. Most importantly, okay. So that's the type of world that you gotta, because like bear spray is a thing, right? But if the bear is wants to kill you, it's gonna kill you, and in that moment, that bear spray is not gonna fucking help. Okay, there's no way. So yeah, if a bear's motivated to kill you, only a gun is gonna save you at that point. So you might as well just carry the fucking gun. shoot the ground a couple times, bang bang. Fucking thing scares off and then doesn't return because it doesn't want to get shot.
Bear experts live by the following.
This is literally the moment. Like clearly, this bear has been around for a little bit.
Things
Um,
at it. Aim
as you can see, this little clip right here, the bear had like a missing patch on his skin there. So clearly, this is a been in several fights, so it's got to have somewhat of a aggressive disposition. I don't know if he startled this bear and he just didn't know it was there, but he did what he could. 100% give this guy props. He fucking hung in there because one of the things that people should be tested on and why I think it's important to kind of be built up properly in like a martial arts gym or something like that. Um, you need to be able to be calm in situations where you should otherwise be frantic. That's 100% what it is. Okay. In this situation, his ability to think clearly is what saves him. He got lucky. He managed to flail around a bit. He made it too much of a problem that the bear didn't want to deal with. So the bear eventually simply just let him be and he ended up making it out. However, that may not always be the case, which is why you one come prepared, two you have to have the mentality that when you're in that situation and you weren't prepared for it, that you can act accordingly to save your life. Maybe you got somebody with you, maybe you have an animal with you. Okay, dogs are a great deterrent. They're also a great notifier. They're great for fucking picking things out that you can't quite tell before you even get to the point where he's in right now. Okay, that dog would have been able to tell all the way down up here into the brush uh, that there was a bear on top of there. 100%. A dog could have been able to tell that, and then the dog could have given you signs. If you've given a dog training, proper training, it will tell you, and then you can divert your route either over this way, kind of climb up that way, and then you have some distance. You have some very important distance between you and the bear that would allow the bear to still be comfortable and not want to come up after you, and you and your dog to simply continue on your day. The bear has no problem. Maybe it gets a little curious and it comes towards you. That's when you gotta have. That's when you gotta have the protection ready. Gotta have the protection ready. Hey, 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 bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Type shit. Fucking keep your distance, buddy.
for the face if you can.
But I've done that. I've done that so many times. I've done it with deer. I've done it with fucking bighorn sheep, bison. All right. I got no problem stating my claim. Fuck on. Get out of here. Type shit. All right. But the whole point is assert yourself. Okay. Maintain your position. Do not give ground. You give ground, it's going to make you look like a bitch. All right. So don't be giving ground. Okay. The easiest way for like another good one is um the bison often raid the employee camps. In those situations, you just got to kind of keep your distance. And in the situation where you have shit to do, you got to know how to fucking get rid of them. So essentially, all I did was I got out of my quad that I stay in, and which is like for people who don't know, it's like a small apartment type shit. I got out of there. Fucking, I had an axe and I smashed it against the fucking wall, made a bunch of really loud banging, raised my voice, yelled really loudly, and that was plenty enough to intimidate a bison to make it give you distance, and then it just made scooched him down, made him leave. Or like a picnic table, we got picnic tables usually. You can fucking hit that a few fucking times. It's pretty good. It works. You don't have to try that hard when they're not like any sort of meat oriented.
Bear experts live by the following. If it's black, fight back.
Yep.
North America averages one fatal black bear attack every year.
That's
Their
crazy.
diet consists mainly of fish, fruit, insects, plants, and meat, but not human meat. This lands the black bear on the
That you know of. That you know of.
lower end of our list, threatening when
Oh, he forgot cocaine too. Shout out California on that fucking crazy shit.
angry. Black bears don't hunt humans, but some of these other bears sure do. Next up is the Kamchatka brown bear, sometimes referred to as
Ooh.
the far eastern brown bear.
These bears always get mixed up with grizzlies. All the fucking time.
Located in the eastern Russian peninsula of Kamchatka, these bears are incredibly unpredictable. This behavior lands them in our dangerous and menacing tier.
Yeah. About right.
Unfortunately, the Kamchatka brown bear is often hunted, as it's seen to be a trophy for the
And there you go. That's why they're aggressive towards humans. Leave them the fuck alone. Get out of their habitat. Pretty. If they come in the city, great. Fucking shoot that bitch, and you got some fucking bear sticks coming down the pipeline, you know? But like, yeah, sometimes there's not a problem until you go looking for one.
those willing to pay top dollar. This has led to it becoming territorial, dangerous, and very aggressive.
I'm not
Standing
surprised.
roughly 3 meters high and weighing an average of 635 kilograms.
That's that typical human bullshit, dude. This is why, like, when humans try to separate themselves from apes, I'm just like, are you fucking dumb? If anything, you're more ape-like than anything else. You can't go into the animal's habitat, shoot a bunch of them, and then blame them when they fucking attack you. You asked for it.
It's no surprise you'd want bear spray handy to protect yourself. If you happen to spot a cub, the advice for this species of bear, or any of these bears, is the
Stay the fuck away. Keep your distance, or you're dead.
same. Don't get close and walk
Yep,
the other way.
yep.
And don't lose your
That's just in general. In general, if you see cubs, I don't care if they're mountain lion cubs. I don't care if they're bear cubs. I don't care fawns. I don't care if they're fucking little bisons. Okay? Back the fuck off. Because if you go a little too far, you're gonna get your ass beat. I've seen does fuck up 6 foot three fucking 300-pound grown men. No problem. Because them motherfuckers, you think you got a hard life? No. They got a hard life. Them motherfuckers, they're all muscle. They will fuck you up.
glasses. You'll need them to spot this next bear on our list. Up next, the only bear featured south of the equator. Introducing the spectacled bear.
Spectacled
The
bear.
name stems from
This one I don't really read up much on. It's just not something that's really crossed my radar.
the bear's uniquely colored fur, specifically the lighter patches around its eyes.
That's
Similar to the
crazy.
panda bear, the
Reminds me of a
spectacled
badger.
bear
It's like a one big ass badger.
has no desire to attack humans and is quite shy. This lands it in the might leave a scratch category.
Fair.
Also referred to as the Andean bear. You'll find these guys in Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Venezuela, and Bolivia.
The fur on
That
the
is,
head part
if
is
you're lucky
crazy.
enough to come across one. Due to poaching and habitat loss, these bears are at the risk of extinction.
Y'all leave my goddamn bears alone. Yo, I'm gonna start a foundation that bounty hunts fucking poachers. Yeah, it's a good idea. You know, it's like the bears, they don't want to get violent, right? So as humans, we'll just like, we'll do it for them. Oh, Johnny shot your cub last week? All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You won't see him again.
Their diet consists of fruits, plants, insects, small rodents, and in some cases, cattle and other livestock.
Oh, gee, I wonder fucking why. Almost like they're being pushed out of their fucking habitat because here's the deal, right? The bears have very large forms of habitat, right? So let's say like this little spot right here where this rock is. let's say this is one big ass piece of land right here, and the bear calls this his home. Well, let's say these cattle right here are humans, and they go and they hunt the bears in this area. Well, what are these bears gonna do? They're gonna deem this as unsafe, and they're gonna move to a different slosh of land. All right. Well, if the humans go from here and over here, and then now they push them out of here because they hunted them here. Well, then they're gonna come down here. Well, guess what you have down here now? Now you're in deep human territory, and they have cattle. Well, cattle are an excellent food source. You can't get food here. You can't get food there because both humans have taken over both of these spots by killing fucking bear kind. So now they have to hunt here. Well, you're fucked because you literally caused the problem. If you would have left them alone up here, they would have never marched their way down here. But they had to because you decided to go in there and shoot a bunch of them. Gee,
So
I
it's
wonder.
no surprise that farmers
You
living
asked
near
for it.
spectacle bears are often looking for revenge.
See? And then there it is. There it is. So now that they have migrated down and they've started eating your fucking cattle, this is typical human behavior. Bear's fault. Not the poacher's fault. It's the bear's fault. So instead of creating an organization funded by the government to go out and hunt poachers, you decided to spare the poachers and just let the animals die, displacing them and then getting more of them killed than necessary. Because, like, sure, eventually, like, there's a 5% chance that a bear is going to come eat one of your cows because it's completely desperate. But the likelihood of that, if they have all the land that they need to survive, uh, is literally like 5% or less. Like, it's, you probably got a better chance of crashing on an airplane.
It's unlikely you'll ever come across one. But if you do, leave the poor thing alone. Help stop them from going extinct.
Yeah, that's
Now let's venture
ridiculous.
up north. If you're planning on visiting
This is why I say humans are closer to the apes than they'd like to believe. Because, like, a big thing in human psychology is we're the only ape species that tries to separate itself from the rest of its ape kind. It's so stupid.
Alaska anytime soon, you'll want to keep an eye out for these giants. The Kodiak bear
Oh
is one of
yeah.
the largest bears on our
I think that this one is definitely going to be. Have we had any? We haven't had any top entries, right? So yeah, I think this is going to be our first like, major top entry
list. Standing nearly 3 meters
because
tall
it's
and weighing in
massive.
around 680
Look
kilograms,
at that one's
these
face got
things are
fucked up.
monsters. Primarily found in southwestern Alaska,
Look at that, that's
the
beautiful.
Kodiak isn't used to coming into contact with humans.
Okay, hold on. So it doesn't come in contact with humans very much. Yeah, it's not gonna be top. Um, it'll probably be the tier below, like menacing and dangerous, probably.
However, if they do, they can cause some serious damage. This puts the Kodiak bear in the dangerous and menacing category.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're ever attacked by one,
Fair,
you'll
fair.
likely need immediate medical attention. Whether it's
Oh,
from
yeah.
a swipe of their giant claws or from their powerful, sharp bite, these guys can really mess you up. The light brown, shaggy fur is how you can identify the Kodiak
Look at how lengthy that motherfucker is. Because like grizzlies like are like notoriously like wider and like stockier builds. These things they got a little bit of length to them, you know.
and they're often found fishing in local streams. Tourists often try to get close to these bears for photos or to even touch them. Yeah,
That's psychotic. Are you fucking serious? What are you doing?
I don't recommend that. Admire from a distance and stay on your toes. On
Oh my god.
average, there is one serious Kodiak attack per year.
And that's gonna go up if you fucking invade the territory that those bears are trying to peacefully maintain.
It's almost always the fault of a way too curious tourist.
Speaking my fucking language, bro.
Speaking of the north, what do the northern regions of Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Western China, and Nepal
Damn. Y'all really got landscapes like that over there? Holy shit.
all have in common. If you said the
That is not what's advertised here in the US. I'm just saying. Especially like Afghanistan and shit. It's just all like a bunch of stone fucking huts and desert.
Himalayan mountains, you'd be correct. They're also known to be home to the Himalayan brown bear. Funny enough, these guys are often associated with the legend of the Yeti, likely due to their
What the
elusiveness.
fuck?
But as unlikely as an encounter may be, the Himalayan brown bear is considered threatening when angry, reaching
Fair.
up to 360
I don't know too much about them, so yeah, I guess I'll just have to agree on this one.
5 kilograms and standing as tall as 2.1 meters, their size doesn't seem to scare poachers who have endangered the species.
Of
However,
course.
if one of these guys is on the defensive, a threatened Himalayan brown bear will gladly tear them to shreds.
Oh,
They
100%.
survive mainly on fruits and berries, but they've been known to feast on sheep and goats as well. So, mind your distance.
Yep.
Just keep your eyes open during your mountain climb and you should be okay. Now let's
You know, this is how ridiculous the bear build is that bears are literally everywhere, but like build wise, really similar. Like the one in Alaska is like much more lengthy. The Kodiak, it's a little bit more of a lengthy bear, bit taller, you could say. But like for the most part, they all have like the same sort of stocky, fucking kind of shorter build. Like that's ridiculous to think about. Like their meta build is that good that it's just widespread throughout the world.
head back up to the Arctic, where one of the world's deadliest bears is found.
Polar bear.
In Canada, Russia,
Oh,
Alaska,
this is 100% S tier. 100% top fucking
Greenland,
danger
and
tier.
Norway, the polar bear is king.
Yep.
Weighing up to 770 kilograms and growing
This is why the druid class in any video game is my favorite class because there's usually always a bear. Or if you're a Baldur's Gate 3 main like I am, you especially like druid because you not only have the polar bear right off the rip, but you also get the owl bear later, and it's so fucking awesome.
to a height of 3 meters. Polar bears are called apex predators for a reason. To no
True.
surprise, the polar bear is going straight to the say your prayers
Say your
tier.
prayers. That's what it was. Yep.
These
Makes
guys
sense.
are vicious.
Straight meat eaters, dude. So if you think that you're on one of these little expeditions and this little guy over here, this little face right here, if you coming up to say hello and just pass on by, you're wrong. You're on the menu. Because he didn't eat berries, he didn't eat plants or nothing like that. He eats meat. That's it. And guess what you're made out of? Meat.
Polar bears eat seals, but have also
Look at
been known
that.
to dine on larger prey like walruses, belugas,
Crazy.
and yes, even people. While attacks are rare, polar bears have been known to kill humans. With a bite force of 1,200 psi and the ability to run up to 40 kilometers an hour when chasing prey, you
Crazy.
do not want to come into contact with one of these beasts.
Bang.
And if you're being chased
About
by
to eat
one,
that shit.
well, your best bet is to fight back or play dead. Although I'm not sure how long you'd have until you're actually dead. If you're ever traveling in the Arctic, make sure to bring a guide and to have a high-powered rifle handy.
What'd I tell you about carrying a gun? What'd I tell you? It one serves to protect you in the worst case scenario. Two serves as the ultimate intimidation factor because popping off a few shots is easily the quickest way for them to leave you the fuck alone and you to go about your day with no one getting hurt. Everyone who is an outdoorsy hiker sort of person in dangerous country should always carry.
Now, if you hate the cold like me and would prefer to travel to Asia, you won't need to think twice about polar bears. However, that doesn't mean you won't
got
want to
brown
have
bears,
bear
right?
spray readily accessible. You never
Oh,
know
no.
when you might come
Black
across
bear.
the likes of the Asian black bear, especially in China, Taiwan, Korea, or Japan.
He's just chilling up
Compared
there,
to the
bro.
American black bear, the Asian black bear, also known
Yo, buddy's got like a lion's mane.
as the moon bear, is much more aggressive. And they're known to be far more carnivorous, so they'll have
The
no
fur
problem
around that
feasting
fucker's
on
head
you
is
for
crazy.
dinner. The main difference in appearance between the American black bear and the
I remember seeing one of these. It was a popular video at one point of this older Asian lady and this bear on the wall to her yard, and she came out with like a broom or something, and she would just beat the shit out of this bear, and that fucker ran for the hills. It was hilarious.
Asian black bear is the trademark moon-like white patch of fur on its chest. In traditional Chinese medicine, the moon bear is highly sought after for its healing properties. Because of this, they've become an endangered species.
Oh Jesus Christ, bro! Leave the bears alone, man. Bro, Asian countries, bro. Y'all ain't got no regard for preserving. What the fuck? I mean, that's a large generalization, but for the most part, so far, Eastern countries, it's fairly true. I mean, because like I know China's like doing their best to try to keep the pandas going, but like at one point, at what point do you decide to just let nature take its course and let the pandas die off? Those motherfuckers don't even breed anymore. You know they have to actually play panda porn in order to get the pandas in the mood. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Tiger attacks have also reduced their numbers.
Like that's all the signs right there to just say, "Hey, Mother Nature trying to kill off this species. Let it fucking die, bro."
Their vulnerability is believed to have made them more aggressive over time. But they aren't the only
True.
terrifying bear you might find in Asia. Meet the Eurasian brown bear. The name says it
Ooh,
all,
this is
as
the
they're
one.
found across Europe and Asia. Although they're not usually aggressive towards humans, that can change rather quickly if
This seems rather small. It's got to be adolescent, right?
you upset them. With that in mind, we'll be placing them in the threatening when angry category. Back in 2019, there was a spike in fatal attacks involving Eurasian brown bears in Romania.
Oh, is this the one where like there was like somebody who was like reaching their arm out the window or something like that, and then like it was like a cub or something trying to feed, and like the cub like I can't remember. Nah, I don't know if it was this. I don't know.
In just a single month, Eurasian brown bears killed 3 men. A total of
Bro, you're
6 deaths
asking to die.
occurred that year.
Not this.
By
It wasn't this.
comparison, there were 11 deaths
Like the fucking the cub was bigger, but it like ripped off the door. It was fucking crazy.
caused by bears in Romania in this 16-year span from 2000 to
That's hilarious and cute
2015.
though, to be fair.
With an average weight of over 450 kilograms and heights reaching 2.4 meters, you'll want to remember the following motto.
If you got bears about, don't get out of your fucking vehicle, you idiot.
If it's brown, lay down. This applies to any brown bear on our list. Hold on though, it gets worse. The Eurasian brown bear has a far more aggressive neighbor. Don't let the name fool you.
Oh, I know why. Also,
The
mad
sloth bear
pause. These fucking things are Black Air Force bears, okay? They have PTSD because they contend with tigers. So, one of the things that I like to do is I read and I watch a lot about animals. I've always been obsessed with animals. I was an Animal Planet kid, okay? And one of the things that I learned about was sloth bears because their lives suck, okay? They got the spear pointed at them from every angle. So they're highly aggressive, will attack unprovoked. They don't give a fuck, okay? They contend with bears, Jesus Christ. They contend with tigers, they contend with people. All right. So when you have people, the apex of apex predators, constantly hunting you. And then you have tigers, who is competing for the same food source as you and also hunting you. What do you expect? Huh? What do you expect?
Isn't as lazy as you may think. And given how rare they are, you'd be shocked to know how many humans they've attacked. For that reason alone, the sloth bear is being
I'm not.
placed in the Hope You Packed bear spray tier.
Yeah, they're literally the Black Air Force of bears.
Sloth bears may be missing their front teeth, but their canines more than make up for it. And
Yep.
size doesn't always matter either. Weighing less than 225 kilograms and shorter than most humans at around 1.5 meters, the sloth bear is known for its unprovoked attacks, killing around a dozen humans per year.
Look at that.
It's believed living among tigers has led to the sloth bear's aggressive behavior. So if you find yourself
You gotta be, because like statistically speaking, the tiger on paper should maul that bear to death. So you gotta be another level Black Air Force to survive that shit.
in India, Nepal, or Sri Lanka, be on the lookout for these
This is what I'm talking about, man. You got people coming at you with spears in one direction. You have tigers coming at you with spears in the other direction. What the fuck? Aside from lash out.
long-snouted furry black bears. Be sure to keep your distance. It could be a matter of life or death.
Look at this. Look at that.
Just
What the fuck y'all doing? What the fuck y'all doing? Oh my god, he was attacking the truck in front. Fucking let him do it. The damn thing's made of metal. It's fine. Ain't got no reason to go making a bunch of noise and shit. Now the bear's coming at you.
like if you find yourself in grizzly territory.
Jesus.
Fun fact,
Ooh,
statistically
grizzles.
speaking, grizzly bears should
Favorite bear.
fear us more than we fear them. Humans are responsible for up to 78% of grizzly bear deaths.
Well, to be fair, I do think that they're hunted. It's either the regular brown bear or the grizzly that is hunted, but I know it's actual bear hunting in the US. And that's where you can like get some meat and stuff. And I think in Alaska as well they hunt.
And still, they're considered one of the deadliest bears around, placing them in the say your prayers tier.
Fair.
With a bite force of over 1,200 psi, an average weight of 680 kilograms, and heights of almost 3 meters, I think it's fair to say you might poop your pants if you ran into one of these guys. On top of all
Yeah.
that, they can run at speeds of up to
Crazy.
48 kilometers an hour and are very territorial. They're known
Yep.
to maul their prey to shreds and can easily bite through bone.
Well,
So your
duh.
chances for survival are slim. They'll even continue attacking you once you're dead. Have you ever seen The Revenant?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was a
This is
grizzly.
exactly the scene I'm
We
talking
actually did a
about.
whole video about it. You could sink
Yeah, W fucking video, man. How to survive. Go check out their channel. Their fucking channel's awesome. I already like this video, so make sure you go give them a like as well. And also, if you liked the video, like and subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, subscribe to yourself. Self-love is important these days. Yeah, Bear Country's crazy. What else is there to say? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.